Hey guys, Tony here, and welcome back to another subscriber home theater room tour. This one's a really cool one with a set of bass transducers under the seating for that tactile feel. I'll also play some demos to show you the power of the DUAL RYTHMIK subwoofers. But first, if you like the video, remember to drop a like on it, and you'd be really helping out the channel by hitting the subscribe button and tapping the bell so that you don't miss any future episodes. There's a lot to cover in this one, so let's get into it. So this awesome home theater belongs to Mike and his family who live in Tabernacle, New Jersey. The design of the home theater was critical in the decision when they decided to build their home, which was completed in October last year. Mike has a thread on the AVS forums, which I will drop a link in the description, which covers his whole build journey. He has diagrams and 3D sketches of the room, which is pretty cool to see how close to the original concept the room has ended up. Most of the construction work was done by the builder, and a painter was hired to give the room a professional finish. However, the projector installation, speakers, seating, and all of the equipment, including the custom AV rack, were all built and installed by Mike. So the room is 9 feet high by 14 feet wide and 21.5 feet long, which is a great proportion for a home theater. The riser is 1 foot high by 11.5 feet wide and 5 foot deep, constructed with pine and plywood and also finished by the builder. The riser also had power running through it during construction so that the seating could be connected. The walls are finished in Sherwin-Williams emerald. Ceiling is flat tricorn black. The trim and the doors are matte tricorn black, and the walls are a matte cyberspace. These combinations of colours are perfect to give the aesthetic Mike was after, and also give a quality experience when all of the lights are off so that there are only minimal light reflections. The theatre seats are the Valencia Pavilion, identical to the Tuscany except no diamond quilt patterns on the side and no electronic lumbar support. They are super comfortable and give a theatre vibe to the room. There are 6 seats finished in black leather. I'll have links in the description to Valencia if you're interested in purchasing some for yourself. The DIY acoustic panels are wrapped in Acoustimac DMD black fabric around a 1x3 furring strip with rock wool insulation inside, with the exception of the side surround panels, which are 35-inch square panels. These are perfect for absorbing sound reflections in the room. The carpet was also carefully considered to match the diamond pattern with the chairs to tie everything together, and also covers the riser. There is also a clever space under the stairway which houses the equipment, which was also made by Mike, which I will cover off later in the video, but there is a very cool hidden door covered by a floor-to-ceiling acoustic panel. So let's look at what I think is one of the coolest features of this theater, and that is the Clark Synthesis tactile transducer setup. What these transducers do is convert sounds like gunshots or explosions into a tactile experience that can be felt as well as heard through the seats. They have a frequency response of 5 Hz to 17 kHz and add another dimension to Mike's home theater. He tells me that it's something that you need to experience to really get a proper understanding of just how much it adds to the viewing experience. These are placed underneath each seat, as you can see from the diagram, and require an amplifier that can produce a constant 135 watts, for which there is the Crown XLS 2000. Mike has a young family, so when he's watching an epic shootout or high-octane movie late at night, he can't exactly have his dual 600-watt RYTHMIK subwoofers sending shockwaves throughout the house. That's where the Clark bass shakers really shine. They are able to make sure that Mike doesn't miss out on the all-too-important LFE channel without waking up his family. Instead, the tactile energy gets focused directly to and only within Mike's chair and inside the home theater. I have left a link in the description to more information about the Clark Synthesis tactile transducers, as well as I have a channel on my Discord server dedicated to bass shakers where you can discuss this subject further. So I do have links in the description to join my Discord server as well. For the projector, we have the Epson 5050UB projector, which is a pixel shifting 4K projector very similar to the Epson 6050UB, which is a personal favorite of mine. It's been mounted by Mike at the rear of the theater and produces a great image, especially as this is a light controlled room. By zooming in on letterbox movies, Mike is able to accomplish a 2.35:1 cinemascope picture onto his ultra wide screen without the black bars on the top. It's no secret that I'm a big fan fan of these Epson projectors for their feature set and affordability, and if you'd like to check out more, I will also leave a link in the description down below. For the screen, we have a 158-inch SILVERTICKET acoustically transparent 2.35 to 1 fixed frame screen with black backing. Paired with the Epson projector, it produces a fantastic image which Mike and his family really enjoy. The screen needed to be acoustically transparent as the main speakers are placed behind the screen, but before we discuss the speakers, let's discuss lighting. All 9 recessed lights are dimmable LED bulbs controlled by an Insteon dimmer switch. An Amazon Echo Dot is plugged into an outlet to the side of the rack in an all-in-one mount at the outlet unit. The Insteon switch has a 30-second dim time, so when an activity is started via the Echo Dot, such as turning on a movie, the lights dim very slowly, just like at the cinema. Moving along to the speakers, we have a 7.2.4 system, which is made up of Bowers Wilkins Speakers and RYTHMIK audio subwoofers. As part of the room design, Mike designed an alcove with which to place his front soundstage behind the screen. This is the best way to get cohesion between what is seen on the screen and the position that the sound is coming from. The alcove is lined in acoustic material to absorb any sound reflections coming back toward the walls. So for the front soundstage, we have the Bowers Wilkins 684 S1 for the front, left and right. These are a 2.5-way speaker with a sensitivity of 90 decibels and have that signature woven Kevlar cone that Bowers Wilkins are known for. The center speaker is also Bowers Wilkins with the CM Center 2 S2. This center channel speaker is great for movie dialogue with an additional 100mm mid-range driver in addition to the 2 bass drivers and tweeter. The tweeter is a decoupled aluminium dome designed to provide clear dialogue and high frequency response. Mike chose Bowers Wilkins purely by chance. He tells me he went into a Best Buy around 2009 when he was really just starting to get into the home theater hobby, and these speakers were open boxed items at a great price, so he took a leap of faith and was blown away by their sound both for music and movies. For side surrounds, we have the Bowers Wilkins CWM 362. These were chosen as he needed something in-wall so as not to block the walkways beside the platform and the seating. These are a quality speaker at a good price. The rear surrounds were also from the previous setup and are Bowers Wilkins 685 S1. These are mounted on the wall and angled towards the seated position. For the height channels, we have 4 in-ceiling RSL C34Es. Mike wanted a speaker that was somewhat directional even in the ceiling. These seem to offer some flexibility when aiming their sound and were recommended to him from some of the forums he frequents. The subwoofers are the RYTHMIK Audio FV15HPs. In Mike's own words, he can't say enough good things about RYTHMIK Audio. They shine on both the technology front with their own invented direct servo technology, as well as their customer service with their team members and founder readily available and prompt in responses to questions on the AVS forum. The purchasing experience was a breeze, and they made it a point to keep him in the loop every step of the way. The high power availability of the FV15HP's amp and the accurate response of their direct servo technology make for a sound that's worthy of a basshead audiophile at a very reasonable price. And they are his 2 favorite pieces of home theater gear he owns so far. So let's give a little demo to show the power and visual experience of Mike's room. So let's move on to the AV room, which is cleverly concealed under the stairway. The rack is custom built using pieces from the Penelcom online store. The rails in the niche span the standard width of 19 inches side to side, and there are shelves built for these rails. There are blanks covering rack units not in use or between shelves, and there is a dark glass door for the front on order to help minimize sound and light during a movie session. For the receiver, we have the Marantz SR6011 11.2 channel or 9.2 powered channel receiver. For streaming, we have the Apple TV 4K. For the media player, we have the OPPO UDP203, which is a great player, very hard to find these days. For gaming consoles, we have the hard to find PS5 and an Xbox One X. For networking, we have the Netgear CM1000. The Wi-Fi is provided through the Aero Pro 6 mesh network. We also have the Netgear 16-port gigabit Ethernet unmanaged switch for network connectivity. As mentioned earlier, we also have the Crown XLS 2000 powering the tactile transducers, and because the receiver can only power 9 channels, we have the audio source AMP 100VS to power the additional 2 Atmos speakers. There is also a wide collection of Blu-ray and 4K UHD movies stored in the AV room on some shelving. To control the theatre, we have the Logitech Ultimate One with a Harmony hub. Inside the AV rack there is an IR repeater with the primary eye sitting on the top blank panel. The hub hangs off the side of the projector facing the rack, so its commands hit that eye, which relay all commands directly to the device IR receivers via the multiple eyes. To keep the room running cool, there is a Panasonic Whisper Choice Pikaflow CFM in the AV room, which turns on with any activity and off with any other via an Insteon smart plug that it's plugged into. Righto guys, what did you think of Mike's awesome home theatre? Show him some love down in the comments section, as well as smashing that like button for me. It has been a pleasure getting to know Mike from halfway around the world, and he has been active on my Discord server where we have a thriving home theatre community of like-minded enthusiasts. So if you would like to chat to Mike, jump on Discord, the links are in the description below. I will have links for pretty much everything listed in this video, and I'd like to give you all a huge thank you for watching, but that's it for this one. You'll catch me in the next one. Bye for now.